Hello, Carrot's here again. Welcome to episode 5 of the Isla Paradiso bunch. This video is a little longer as I'm experimenting. Please let me know if you prefer shorter or longer videos. We still have the same crew as in previous videos. In this video, Hayley finishes learning the 44 elixir recipes. Dianna develops her fishing skill. The pixies visit the wishing well. Josephine reads fishing books. They build a house on Plumbob Island. Judy catches some fairy damselfish. Stella Dog digs for treasure. And Judy makes an amazing discovery. We find them gathered together on their top-level basement. Hayley's reading her final elixir recipe book. Most of the household are standing around chatting, while the gardeners are hard at work tending their nicely developed garden. This garden is mostly for elixir ingredients. The second bottom basement has an all-in-one bathroom, some sculptures, and their nectary garden where they're growing grapes and a few other possible nectar ingredients. Down on the bottom basement there's the wishing well, a seating area, some beehives, a gymnasium, their boat, the tree of prosperity, and their tree garden, which is a little bit too small for their needs. Upstairs, we see Hayley reading. Her traits are genius, athletic, daredevil, charismatic, handy, brave. Judy's just walked past and noticed that dirty plate, and she didn't like the smell of it. Judy's a neat sim, so she goes back, picks up the plate, and washes it at the sink. Hayley's finished reading her final recipe. You can see the Philosopher's Stone that Hayley got for completing the Master of Alchemy opportunity earlier in one of the earlier episodes. By learning all 44 recipes, Hayley completed the Master Alchemist challenge. Now she has a chance of not using all of her ingredients whenever she creates an elixir. And she gets a discount from the elixir consignment store. There's only one elixir ingredient I've never been able to get in any of my games. I've tried in various worlds, but I've had no luck. And that ingredient is the fairy damselfish. I set Judy's collection helper to look for insects and sent her out searching. We really need to find some fireflies, but they're really hard to find in Isla Paradiso. I have seen a few, but I'm thinking more and more that we may still have to go to the World Adventure Worlds to find fireflies, because they need them for their elixirs, especially the cerulean one. That's hard to find. Those large amounts of simoleons that float up on the left-hand side of the screen, that's income from Jeannie's humble harvest stand consignments of the previous episodes. There have been times when I haven't had enough money left over in their household funds to pay the gardeners. So it's really good when she can get lots of money, because I like adding things to this game to make it more interesting and fun. And they need simoleons for that to happen. Stella Dog's going to be busy. She's got to travel by boat, I think, to get to these dog dig spots. And I'll send Jeannie over there to pick up that piece of metal. And Judy's heading off to see what else she can find in other islands and different places of Isla Paradiso. I used Judy to inspect the water because she's read all the fishing books and she'll know all the fish. And when she inspected the water, she told me that that little patch has jellyfish, red herring, blowfish, angelfish, swordfish, luminous salamander, and fairy damsel. Fairy damsel, I really want some of them. I do hope that Jeannie is able to catch me a fairy damsel, although she doesn't know the bait for it because she hasn't read the fishing books. Stella Dog has now arrived, and she's about to go digging at those dog dig spots. She'll probably find something interesting, and hopefully some treasure. We need to get lots of gems because some of these sims need to learn how to cut them. And it takes a lot of gems on that gem cutting machine before they learn all the different gem cuts. So Jeannie is now about to start fishing without bait. without much hope. Maybe her fishing skill will improve, if nothing else. We'll go and check out what Stella Dog's up to. Here she is, digging at the dog dig spot. Wonder what she's going to find. She's certainly digging up a lot of dirt. Oh well, she found something interesting. Probably a maple leaf or an old chip bag. But she's got more dig spots to dig at. We might leave her there digging. Looks like she's actually found a gem somewhere as well. The collection helper has revealed the location of some more insects for Judy to collect. There's some light beetles there. And I thought I'd change it to seashells to see what we can find. And we revealed a bottle with a message in it. I wonder what that message is. It's on one of their islands. That must be Plumbob Island. We haven't actually visited that for a while. Craig found that on the first day, before I even started thinking about making a video. So they own 2 islands already. The Plumbob Island was from finding a message in a bottle. Must have been a very special message. I think it must have been on the island next to Beryl Shoals, because they found both islands at the same time. Now, Hayley's visiting Plumbob Island. And it looks like an interesting place to build a house. Remember, they need space for a bigger tree garden. And the lot on this island is 64 by 64. Just perfect for her bottom basement full of trees. I'm just wondering a bit about Jenny's fishing ability and checking her knowledge of fishing, and I can see that she's only read 1 fishing book. I think I'll just send her home. She's wasting time there trying to find a fairy damselfish. Just look at it compared to Judy's knowledge. She knows almost all of the bait for all of the fish. Just a few that she doesn't need to know because she catches them underwater. They're under sea life. I'll send Jeannie home to read some fishing books. She's got a fishing skill at 7 or above, so she can read all the books except the ones we don't have. Now, I know some of you would be very interested in learning how I made the basement on this tiny island with a 64 by 64 lot on it. I decided not to put the information in this video, but I will make a tutorial video later and show you just how I did it. Here comes Judy. She's going to do some fishing from Plumbob Island. When she inspected the water here, she discovered that the following fish are swimming just off the island. The fish are red herring, tragic clownfish, blowfish, shark, angelfish, ninja starfish, luminous salamander, and fairy damsel. Fairy damsel, just the one we want. And here she is. She knows the bait for it, glow orbs. And she's going to fish for fairy damsel. I hope she catches lots, because when we've caught some, we'll be able to make an elixir that will turn a sim into a fairy. When I checked on her Judy later, I found she'd caught 9 fairy damsel fish, so we changed the bait to let her catch luminous salamander, because we don't have many of them either, and we need luminous salamander for some elixir recipes too. It's time for Hayley to resume her search for Refuge Island. She's done everything they've asked of her so far, including finding kelp and walking on fire coals and a fire pit. And now she's got to fight a shark, and there is a shark. Hayley is going to visit this dive lot now, and she's going to snorkel around on the surface in the hope that the shark will notice her and decide to attack. They said she had to fight a shark. They didn't say if it had to be on the surface or underwater. It's just a shark. So here she is, and she's about to start snorkeling. Luckily, she's a daredevil and a brave sim. There she is. Oh no, she's going to dive. Maybe she's hoping that she'll find some sharks down below. Well, down there under the surface, she swims around and she swims around and she finds lots of underwater sea life and she catches lots of it, and she even finds some shells and things as well. But she never spots a shark. As she swims around to various parts of the dive lot, she comes across a dive cave. But I don't send her in there because I don't have Shimrod's dive cave fix mod in my game at this point, and I know she'll just get sent over to the beach as soon as she swims inside that cave, and I don't want to waste time with that. There's quite a lot of pretty coral and other things to see down here, and it's good to be able to catch a few fish and things occasionally. And there's lots of kelp. There is that thing in the middle like a little rock is actually a polyp that you can catch. There's nothing much happening down here regarding sharks. I wonder if those surfer sharks are still up there. She better return to the surface and find out. Oh yes, there's still one there. I hope she can get into a fight with it. They started snorkeling. I think she's a little bit too far away from where the shark is circling though. I'll try to move her across a bit closer to where the shark is. There's other swimmers there as well. Sometimes Sims just ignore me completely. I guess you all know the feeling of that though. She's not going to take any notice of me. Maybe she doesn't really want to get into a shark fight today. More Sims are turning up. We'll just keep watching this for a little bit longer to see what happens. That shark's still there, but Hayley's nowhere near it. There's a shark fight. But not Hayley. It was a townie Sim. He won. So we've seen a little shark fight. Just wasn't the one we wanted to see. So Josephine's back at home in the bottom basement with the wishing well. And she's getting her fishing skill up. We've got to get it up to level 7. Oh look, the pixies have arrived. If you've got the wishing well and the tree of prosperity on the same lot, sometimes at night the pixies turn up and fly about on top of the wishing well for a few hours. They usually arrive at around 8 o'clock in the evening, and they'll stay there till about 3 o'clock in the morning. And if you get in really close to them and you've got your sound turned up, you can hear them chattering to each other. Now Diana's going to try to steal a coin. If she can just get a lucky coin, she'll have incoming aces moodlet all the time. It's a positive moodlet that they get. But she just got soaked. Sometimes I say yes and sometimes I say no to people who want to take my Sims on a date. Diana's going to work on her fishing skill now that Josephine's given up. I think Josephine might have been hungry. Looks like Jeannie sold some more things at the Humble Harvest stand. So Diana's making progress. Her fishing skill just went up a bit. Hope she catches a fish soon, and Jeannie just sells some more things from another Humble Harvest stand. They spent all their money when I made that basement on Plumbob Island. I think we got down to about 100 or 200 simoleons. So they really need this. We've still got to decorate their basement over at Plumbob Island and buy mats to plant the trees in. They'll need a kitchen and a bathroom and somewhere to sleep because they'll probably get tired and dirty and hungry while they're over there working on their garden. But I'll keep this house as their main residence. The one over at Plumbob Island will just be for when they need to be there to do their gardening. I'll have to see if the hired gardeners actually visit that one as well. I don't know if they will or not. They may only come to this house. Their elixir garden looks good up on this top basement while they've still got it growing, but it won't last long. They'll harvest all of this and everything will be gone and it'll need replanting again. And I like having that elephant sculpture. Unfortunately, we sold it. Here we are. We've still got Dianna. I think she's there all night, actually, fishing in the wishing well with the pixies. And Joanna's sitting on the seat reading a fishing book. There she goes. She keeps pulling things out of the wishing well. She's catching a lot of sharks. That water on the floor behind her, that's probably from when she got soaked. I don't know why it hasn't dried up. Craig's come down to eat. Wonder why he walked all the way down to the bottom basement to eat. Josephine should have that book finished soon. I'm pretty sure it's a fishing book that she's reading. Okay, Craig's finished his meal. Oh, Craig, don't leave your plate on the floor. Take it away and wash it. Oh, good Craig. He did just what he wanted him to do. And I didn't even have to tell him to do it, which was marvellous. Josephine's tired, but she's nearly finished reading that fishing book. There it is. She's done it. She's just learned the bait for robot fish. But she's tired and she needs to go to sleep. So off she goes. Looks like the pixies have left the wishing well. It must be after 3 a.m. Now Judy's a neat sim, as you know, and she's come down here to clean up the puddles because they're not drying up by themselves, which is unusual. Maybe wishing well puddles don't. I can't remember. But Judy's doing a good job of it. I like how you can watch the fishing in that little mirror as well as at the wishing well. I had it set up for a while when the pixies were there so you could see the pixies in the mirror as well. So you're having a hard job cleaning up that puddle. Okay, Hayley's gone back out to do some more diving. She's got to build up a diving skill, even if she's just doing snorkeling, because she needs a higher skill to get into those more dangerous dive lots, where she's got a much better chance of coming across a shark and getting into a shark fight. The sharks in this part of the world seem to be rather tame, because even when she sees one, they just turn around and swim away from her, leaving her there wishing to get into a fight, because she needs to punch one on the nose to find Refuge Island. Time to send the professionals in. I've sent Judy diving. She's almost a level 10 diver. She needs to get to level 10, and it takes a really long time for them to get from level 9 to level 10. So I think I'll keep her down here today until she gets to level 10. She can stay underwater indefinitely because she's got the Lungs of Steel lifetime reward. I've sent Judy down to Pearl's Deep, which is the most dangerous and hardest to get into dive lot. It'll be a long time before Hayley can get into this one. At this point, I have actually added Shimrod's Dive Cave Fix mod into this game. The way to use it is you've got to reset each dive cave using NRAS Debug Enabler Object Reset mod to be able to safely dive into those caves without being tossed onto the beach. This is a slightly different looking location. It's a richer dive lot too, and it's well worth getting your sim up to level 9, I think, 8 or 9 diving to be able to swim at Pearl's Deep. And she's just found a message in a bottle, and in that bottle was a map piece. So now she's got 3 map pieces. That's lucky. She only needs to find 1 more for a big surprise. Now she's off to open a treasure chest. It looks like they just got the money from Hobart's resort. That's about what they get each day, I think it is, from that resort. Haley decided to buy Hobart's resort on day one. It was $0, so she didn't have to worry too much about spending lots of money at the time, even though they weren't rich. I think it cost them just about all the money they had to add the extra bedrooms up top and the bedrooms down in the basement. Here she is, about to open up the dive chest, treasure chest in the dive lot. And what is she going to find? 2,000 simoleons and 5 diamonds, I do believe. Those diamonds will be useful because they're uncut and they need to cut gems in the gem cutting machine to learn all the different gem cuts. Just thought I'd show you a squid swimming underwater. And there's a lobster. I think she comes across some really interesting other sea life down here as well. Things you don't usually see. So I'm just letting her dive around a bit so you can actually see some of the other things that are swimming underwater with her and that she's going to catch. That's a tragic clownfish. There's a dive cave. No, that's not a dive cave. I think it's a dive cave there behind it, behind the tragic clownfish. There's a couple of different sorts of dive caves in this game, and that's one we haven't actually seen yet. She must have got that fish. There's another treasure chest. It's right next to a dive cave. I think that's the same dive cave that we just saw from the back of. Now that was a good treasure chest to find, wasn't it? 2,500 simoleons, a large brilliant cut tanzanite, a map piece, and a large palladium ingot. So now she's got 4 map pieces. Now I asked her to reconstruct the map because you need 4 map pieces to be able to reconstruct the map. And when I did that, she got thrown off to the beach. So when she was at the beach, I got her to change into her everyday outfit. And then I asked her to reconstruct the map piece. Wow, look what happened. Now that was unexpected, wasn't it? 4 map pieces, reconstruct the map, and suddenly you have now got a new island. This one is called Plunder Cove. It's also got a 64 by 64 lot on it. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that one, but it looks like a nice treasure island, doesn't it? That's some silver skipper butterflies. They're hard to come by and they're valuable. I'll have to send her over to have a look at that island. So that was a surprise. You never know what's going to happen in this game. We're worried about Haley getting in to fight a shark to find another island, and all of a sudden, another sim, Judy, finds 2 extra map pieces on a single dive lot to add to the 2 she already had in her inventory from earlier explorations around Isla Paradiso. So now they've got a new island. That was unexpected. These things just happen. And here's Judy. She's racing over there as fast as she can go because she wants to have a look at this island too. There she is up on the beach, and she's going to go and catch one of those very valuable butterflies. And once she's caught the butterfly, we'll have a look and see what else we can see nearby. Treasure chest. And out of that she gets 1,200 simoleons, blue topaz, tanzanite, emerald, smoky quartz, yellow sapphire, and ruby. That will give her fellow Sims some more gems to practice cutting with the gem cutting machine. I think we should get them all to learn as many cuts as possible. Not quite sure what I want to do with this island. We'll wait and see what happens. I'm sure something will occur to us at some point before the end of the game. Looks like, although it's a very large lot, there's not a lot of room to build above ground. Maybe it'll be an opportunity for me to show you a second way of building a basement underground. However, I won't be planting a big garden down there because I find lots of big basements tend to slow things down. So, thank you for watching. That's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye for now.